Your voice is a powerful tool that goes well beyond the words that you speak. Your voice reflects your mood, authenticity, identity, and your presence. So let's start with a few exercises to help us find our natural voice. Your voice is as unique as you are, and we all have a natural pitch range that our voice likes to sit within. However, our habitual pitch, or the pitch we use as a form of habit, may not be our optimal pitch. When this happens, we might notice that our voice gives out on us by the end of the day or even in the middle of an important conversation. The sound or pitch of your voice will naturally rise and fall as we speak. However, finding that natural pitch range, that's that sweet spot for your voice, will help your voice last longer and allow you to use less effort when you're communicating. Before we begin our first exercise in week 3, I want you to go back to the recording you made in week 1. Analyze the sound or pitch of your voice. Does your voice sound too high or too low for someone of your age or sex? Or do you just notice that your voice is straining or hard to get out by the middle or end of your day? If that's the case, let's try exercise 1, which is the humming exercise or test. Here is a page from the workbook I'm going to provide you to go along with this 4-week executive presence challenge. I'll leave a link to this workbook in the description below. What we're going to do, we're going to read these questions, these yes no questions you see on my screen, and answer with mm-hmm. Now, most people will respond in a way that's close to their natural pitch. Just make sure you're relaxed when you're doing this exercise. Relax your shoulders, relax your neck. You may even want to make sure you're in a comfortable chair or somewhere comfortable when you're practicing this exercise. Is the sky blue during the day? Mm-hmm. Do humans need oxygen to breathe? Mm-hmm. Does water freeze at low temperatures? Mm-hmm. So as you can hear, the tone or pitch of my voice while I'm reading the question doesn't differ too much from how my voice sounds when I answer. hmm But say my habitual pitch, the pitch I use as a form of habit, is a little too high for my natural pitch range. Let me demonstrate. Can dogs bark? Mm-hmm. So I can force a higher pitch mm-hmm. But what did I notice? I noticed that I had to stretch my neck a little bit. It was a very small movement, but I felt that tension in my shoulders and my neck while I tried to force out a high pitch. hmm It didn't feel natural versus my more relaxed. hmm Let's try that again. Is the sun a source of light? hmm Again, I felt myself pause. I felt myself pause and take in a little extra air. It takes a little more breath support and a little more muscle tension to get out that higher pitched. hmm To match. So, can you technically cheat this exercise? Yeah, but take note. Take note of what you're feeling. I'm going to do that again, but this time I'm going to make sure I'm nice and relaxed before I answer the question. Do plants need sunlight to grow? Mm-hmm. Is the earth round? Mm-hmm. I feel a big difference when I respond in my natural relaxed. Mm-hmm. I didn't have that feeling of tension as I did with my higher pitched. Mm-hmm. Well, what if I use a tone that's a little bit too low for me? Let's demonstrate. Do people typically sleep at night? Mm-hmm. Is fire hot? Mm-hmm. Even without the mm-hmm. That takes a lot of effort. I made a video last year that some of you may want to check out that spoke about how when women are in male dominant fields or when they receive promotions, maybe they move up the ranks, some feel that they need to decrease the pitch of their voice to be heard and taken seriously in the workplace. However, doing this, especially doing this the wrong way, can cause undue damage to our structures that help us create voice. So, again, this is another reason why finding your natural pitch range and staying in that range is a little more important and will help your voice sound more powerful. Again, let me demonstrate. Are oranges a type of fruit? Mm-hmm. That took a lot of effort. I felt myself stretching my throat a little bit, trying to get that lower pitched mm-hmm out. But in a natural tone, are oranges a type of fruit? Mm-hmm. My voice sounds stronger. It carries a little bit better. It sounds more authoritative than mm-hmm. Next, once you've practiced this a few times and feel like you're using a pretty good voice, a natural voice, I want you to come down to the simple phrases and sentences I have listed here. You're going to again use that voice if you need to. Place in front of the phrase. And again, try to match the tone that you're hearing when you're saying the and when you're saying the phrase. I'll start. Mm-hmm. Good morning. Mm-hmm. How are you? I feel nice and relaxed. My voice feels like it's just flowing versus, mm-hmm. Thank you very much. Mm-hmm. Have a great day. Let's try my relaxed voice again. Mm-hmm. I appreciate your help. Mm-hmm. See you later. As you can hear, there is a natural rise and fall in my voice, but I still feel as relaxed as I did when I said mm-hmm. Once you feel comfortable with that, you can drop the humming. What's for lunch? Let's catch up later. Sorry, running a bit late. It's a busy day. On to exercise number 2. Again, refer back to your recording for week 1. Did you realize that your voice is a bit monotone? For those millennials out there, those of you in my age group, remember the dry eyes guy? Yeah. So if you communicate in a way that lacks emphasis and lacks dynamics, then I want you to practice increasing your inflection. Again, refer back to the tongue twisters in your workbook, read a poem or a chapter of your favorite book, whatever works for you. But as you can hear, your voice should have natural rises and falls. I can demonstrate a few for you. Now, when we practice varying our inflection, you can use the tongue twisters that I provided you in your workbook, the simple phrases, or find your own. But let me demonstrate what I mean about eliminating that monotone type voice. I'll start here with Peter Piper. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. We all know it. You can even finish the entire tongue twister if you need to. So notice how I didn't give it much emotion. But now let's try. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Let's try the next one. She sells seashells by the seashore. Versus she sells seashells by the seashore. For some of you, it might feel unnatural, it might feel a little too animated, but give it a try. If this isn't your thing, not your jam, you can also try some of those simple phrases that are also in your workbook. We could say, good morning, or we could say, good morning. How are you? How are you? How are you? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Have a great day. I appreciate your help. I appreciate your help. I appreciate your help. It doesn't have to be too dramatic, but just a little change. I appreciate your help can give more feeling, more emphasis in what you want to say. Finally, this week, let's talk about breath support. Proper breath support will help you maintain a steady and powerful voice. Now, most people don't need breath support exercises per se. Our bodies do a pretty good job understanding and regulating the amount of air we need to say what we need to say. However, as I mentioned last week, many of us use an improper posture. Our bodies are a bit crunched in. Our lungs don't have enough room to move. Our diaphragm is kind of stuck and tucked in there. And with our fast paced lifestyle, we may find ourselves trying to speak a little too fast, too quickly, and our breath, our bodies just can't take in enough air to support our communication needs. Therefore, my tip for improving breath support is to first take a look at that posture. We spoke about that in week 3. Then make sure that you're using a proper rate of speech. We practiced that in week 1. We're putting that all together. If you've spent time working on your posture, putting in those strategic pauses, slowing your rate to give yourself and your body that opportunity to take in the air that it needs, but you're still feeling that you don't have enough breath support to make it through a sentence or a conversation, then it may be time to speak to your doctor. Speak to your doctor on whether speech therapy would be a helpful option for you to learn how to optimize the use of your air, your breath support while you're communicating. Let's put it all together. Find your favorite book, quote, passage, whatever you'd like. Read out loud, record yourself, and take note of your pitch, your inflection, and your breath support. Mainly, make sure that you're using proper posture and that you're using the right pitch so that your voice can be as clear as possible. Practice to yourself, and when you feel ready, try using these tips throughout this next week. Come back here next week for the fourth and final installment of our 4-week Executive Presence Challenge. In the comments below, let me know how you did last week. I forgot to ask. Let me know how you did with your building confidence exercises. Thank you for joining me today. I'm having such a great time, and I hope to learn a lot about your journey and tell you a little bit about mine as we go through this process together. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you know when the final video of this 4-week set has been posted.